My current thoughts on Brexit are I don't agree with it, definitely not. I feel like it was carried out because of the general public not actually knowing exactly what it was. It was just a change and they were up for it. So I definitely don't agree with it because there are some parts of it that are quite particular and will make a big difference to the UK that people aren't really like educated about at all. At the same time, I'm kind of over it because it's going to happen now because the vote's been carried out. So there's not much I can do about it but complain. But obviously, it's not worth it. So I'm just going to see how it goes and hope for the best.
I think it's gonna massively affect everyone. People that are already in the UK, people that are thinking to go to the UK, as well as like not just like students, young people, but also like businesses and the economic of the country is going to affect massively. And I don't know yet if positively or negatively.
I think it was a political move in the beginning to obtain more out of the European system, the united market, and all the stuff. The problem is that it bounced back, it fired back to the system, I think, to them, and they were not expecting when they called off the referendum to actually win for leaving the European Union, in my opinion. And it is to blame a little bit on the government as well, because back in the day, the Prime Minister at the time did not advertise the Brexit in the way he should have. Also because the government at the time was not in favor of leaving the EU, and he should have done more propaganda about it. The fact that the people voted to leave the EU was a big condition by many factors, I believe. And one of those, which was one of the main factors, was ignorance, I think, because there was a lot of propaganda that was made on really easy arguments based on really like non-knowledgeable reasons, let's say. There's a lot of propaganda based on racism and xenophobia and all this kind of stuff towards people that were not even part of the EU, and that showed up in the results and like in the people and all the ideas they had. And I think that a big mistake was also made when European people living in the UK were not allowed to vote, because there's such a high percentage of European people living in this country that contribute to the well-being of the country in a very big way, in a very important way. There's like so many taxpayers, well, including myself, for example, and you get to the end where you're not allowed, you don't have a say in that, whereas you're the person who's affected directly. And yeah, that was, I think, one of the biggest mistakes, and created this like all of a messed up situation. Like we went through different stages, and the UK trying to get the best accords possible to maintain the economical power and everything. Also because being one of the founding members and being the strongest currency in the EU and the strongest currency in the world, you're basically holding up European economy. It's a bit of a messed up situation. It created like political paradoxes in the parliament, having like a parliament which is not in favor of Brexit and having a referendum that says otherwise, despite the fact that in the UK, compared to other countries in the EU, the referendum is not actually, doesn't have decisive power. It's not like referendum takes a vote. It's not effective immediately, but it's what is called a consultative referendum. It's like asking the opinion of the people. It's not like decisive. So yeah, created this like bit of a weird situation going on in the country.
To be absolutely honest, I haven't really done too much reading up on Brexit. However, I know the basics, but I think everyone's kind of in the same boat. Nobody really knows what's going on, and obviously we don't know the effects. So I voted Remain, but obviously that hasn't happened. So right now I'm just kind of totally in the blue of what's really going to happen.